Picking up where we left off in episode 1, Dolly and I have landed safely in Seoul, Korea at the Incheon Airport, where after flying for 15 hours, we now get to spend 17 hours living like Tom Hanks' character in the movie The Terminal. We then get to take off for another 4-hour flight to Wuhan, China. Stick around and see what Dolly and I get ourselves into as we stake our claim in Terminal 2. Welcome to episode 2 of my I have no idea how many episodes I'm going to get out of the plethora of footage from this amazing trip to China series, so be sure to subscribe and ring that little bell so you don't miss one episode. If you have to be stuck anywhere for 17 hours, the Incheon Airport in Korea is not a bad choice. As a matter of fact, I would highly recommend it. They are completely set up to the nines for people who have to lay over in this terminal. Hang tight and I'm going to show you everything I discovered, but in the meantime, I feel I should probably explain why we can't leave the airport. Each country has different laws when traveling with pets. Most countries have some type of quarantine requirements. I'm going to share links below for all of the must-have international travel pet items that made this experience so much easier. We had travel bags and pop-up pens and bowls, as well as baby wipes and human baby disposable diapers. And now back to this totally rockin' airport. The first thing I set out to find after we found a place to potty the boys, you guessed it, Starbucks. Thank you. Not a single person in Starbucks spoke English, so thanks to major language barriers, here we go. Getting bottled water was not as easy as you might think.
A little bit of home. Here, guys. Guess what else I have for you? Yes. I got you water. Kelly, water. Yeah, this, I just don't know how much I just spent on it because
it's almost the same.
It's like $1,000.
That's
it's, yeah, look at that. It's a 2-part receipt. Yeah, definitely not in Kansas anymore.
And there was no way I could figure out how much I paid for anything because of currency conversion and, of course, the inability to read Korean. All of that aside, don't forget, when you're inside the terminal of an airport, the only water you can get for your dogs must actually be purchased inside the terminal. You can't bring your own bottled water. Yeah, we did try. It didn't work. So all of that dog stuff aside, we humans could very easily be visually overwhelmed with the plethora of shopping opportunities in this airport. The real problem is that with duty-free, you can't actually purchase anything until the day you are traveling. Well, I'm watching your eyes kind of like window shop as we walk, and it's kind of funny. Yeah. Look at those cute shoes. Yeah, look at that shoe. Okay. I know. We weren't leaving until early the next morning, so that meant all we could do is window shop and drool, making lists of all the things we would love to be able to buy in the morning, that is, if we woke up in time. Unfortunately, I did not see enough sleep occurring in my future, but at least we were able to try on lipstick while we waited.
New lipstick.
The technology in this airport is like nothing I've ever seen back in the States. Now, I'm not saying that I have traveled the U.S. extensively, but from what I have seen here in Incheon, it is very impressive. From bidets and electronic mirrors that tell you what time it is and what the temperature is outside, to helping you find your flight information, as well as ordering food from touch screens, along with vibrating coasters. You heard that. Coasters that vibrate. Huh. Once payment is completed, do not forget the vibrating coaster.
Here.
Oh!
Oh!
Whoa! Vibrating coaster.
Confirm. 9697.
Okay, 9697.
Confirm. Done.
My technology skills? Yeah, not so much. I was so excited to buy my power converter adapter doohickey thingy, so I went all out and got every attachment available, because, you know, that's the way I do. It was like one of those small child toy things, trying to find the right piece to fit the darn holes. Yeah, it took me a bit to figure it all out, but soon we were up and running and charging phones and charging ourselves with delicious Korean food. And of course, cocktails to top off the first leg of our trip. Eating Korean
Marguerite.
with margaritas in Korea.
Yes, in Korea.
In Korea, eating Korean. Oh, don't even. I have had 45 minutes of sleep. I am like living on nothing.
Ready?
When? After we were done salivating over all of the items we couldn't purchase this evening, we retired to the airport's transfer lounge. They do have a transfer hotel, but the rooms book up very, very quickly. So if you are planning on traveling through this airport, I recommend you book it far in advance. For those that don't make the cut, to the lounge you must go. But honestly, it's really quite awesome. The nap zone is stocked with couches and pillows and strategically placed power outlets and dimmed lights, allowing for you to relax and rest in comfort. We were actually able to find 2 spots together in the far corner, which gave us an opportunity to put the boys up in their own little pen area right at our feet. In addition to the napping area, there is an internet work area and lounge with couches and bean bags so you can comfortably work and relax while you wait. They actually provide medical assistance and care during business hours. And there is also a full-blown shower area where all of your bathing supplies are provided with full body towels. And I mean plural towels. More of these wonderful butt-tastic bidets. And then, of course, there is the digital gym. I didn't even think anything like that ever existed. I told you this place was chock full of awesome technology. It's amazing. After all that amazing Korean food and my lack of gym visits since we left Atlanta, I figured I'd best give this thing a go and see what it's all about. It definitely raised my heart rate and got my blood pumping. It was really cool. Got some kids to join in. I totally dig the digital gym.
So the digital gym is really cool.
After that awesome workout, a quick shower to freshen up, and then off to bed for me. Well, kind of. For a little bit. Yeah, I was struggling to fall asleep without pitch darkness, and I have discovered there is a new universal language. This guy is snoring really, really loud. She can sleep through anything. It's not fair. It's called snoring. And apparently it doesn't matter if you are Asian or American or European or big or small or man or woman. They all snore rather loudly. My piece of advice for sleeping in a transfer lounge: snag a blanket and a pillow off the plane and bring earplugs. Oh, and your power adapter doohickey thing. Because even if they do provide USB ports, it doesn't necessarily mean that some jerk hasn't already broken it. Little Miss Dolly, Ikaros, and Kelly woke up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Literally. I was so unbelievably jelly. And off to the gate we went after Starbucks and Dolly's favorite, something she calls bubble drink. I don't know. The terminal was practically empty that early in the morning, so we exercised the boys, and I'm here to tell you they did wonderful on the last leg. We're finally leaving.
After the taxi, let's go China.
Yay, China! Sleeping silently in their carriers until we arrived at our next destination. I received my first official stamp in my brand spanking new passport. Like a kid on Christmas morning, I was ready to explore China. Mr. Aban was about to take us on an amazing adventure, and don't even think I won't be sharing it with you. Come back for episode number 3 next week as we explore Wuhan, China. Until then, here's my question of the week. For all of you passport holders, what was your first stamp? See you next week.